Well, trying to find something happening here, but kind of open with the light. So I'm just going to walk through, see if I can find some light direction someplace else around here. Of course, there's plenty of light here, but we've got the sun coming in through the trees, kind of giving us all this speckle business all over the place. It looks pretty going that way. And yeah, I know I could pull it off with my off-camera flash, but I promise you we're going to try to do some of these things available light. So I'm still looking for the light, the available light. Now I'm seeing something kind of start up over here, because when I look at those trees over there, we've got the benches, and you can see that the front end of the benches are illuminated, or let's say brighter than the back end of the benches. So I have nice light coming in from the left, moving from left to right in the scene. So now the secret is trying to find a location that really fits the bill for a nice portrait of my bride and groom. I mean, that tree right there looks pretty cool. So maybe what I could do is maybe bring the couple, or maybe bring Kevin, my groom, right here next to the bench. We got the light coming in from that direction there. You can see it. See how the one side of the tree is bright and it just wraps around into the shadow side. So I've got the direction that I need right here. So I'm going to ask all of our bride and groom to come by here. We'll set something up, see if we can take a photograph without any firepower at all, just nature's own light. I'll tell you, we've been at this for several hours and the wind feels kind of cool right now. But anyway, again, as I've been saying, that sun's been going in and out behind the clouds that are circulating around here. And I wanted to just find a place where we had some just soft, open shade. And I think we've got that spot right here. When we approached it, we saw the trees. I talked to you about how one side was highlighted, how the other side was shadowed. So I think we're in a good place right here. I've asked Kevin to come in to be my groom just so we can demonstrate that direction of light one more time. Kevin, yeah, that's perfect. And I got him just kind of standing there, just relaxed. And one way to have a guy relax is just have him cross their ankles or cross their legs in front of him. It just makes the balance of the body just set well with everything that does good. Now, when I take this photograph and he's looking back at me, what you're going to see is light coming in from two sides. You're going to see light, first of all, coming in from the left-hand side, his right, and also the right-hand side. The left-hand side is because of the open sky that we have all over here. The right-hand side is because there's still some brightness and because the sun is actually kind of over in that side of the sky, so it's kind of lightening that up pretty much here. Now, when I'm setting up this photograph and framing it up, I have a nice line of the bench leading right up to him. Also notice that I have the tree, you know, he's leaning and the tree's leaning in the same way. And I have another tree back there as well that I'm going to frame him against on the right-hand side. You know what, but the light isn't really a loop light on this face. It's actually a split lighting. We talked about that in our third video. Actually, the way the light's coming in, and you get the hint, it's only lighting up this part of the cheek. This is actually, the view I need is actually his profile view right here. So what I'm going to do is have him turned that way, chin down for me, Kevin, right there. And now you can see that on the camera side of his nose, we have a shadow, and on the camera, the side of the cheek that the camera sees, we also have a highlight. And that gives us just our loop lighting pattern for the profile view that we talked about again in tape 3. I'm just going to zoom in here pretty much. I'm at a pretty wide aperture. Perfect. Chin down just a bit more for me. Just easy, perfect, just like that. Eyes a little higher. And eyes to the left just a bit too. Okay, good. Right there. Give me a little smile. More teeth. There you go. Perfect. Again. And I think we got some nice portraits of our groom or the executive or the person we need to photograph for the magazine article or whatever. But we're playing around with all those other compositional elements. The light number 1, we're using the loop lighting pattern that we talked about in video 3. We have our compositional elements, the tree on the right-hand side, the other tree on the left-hand side, and just natural light coming in here. Casey, why don't you just jump into the photograph and let's see if we can get a couple of them together. And again, I'm going to kind of structure this pose a little bit, and I'm going to let the light be the boss in these next couple of photographs.